Hey everyone, today I want to share a really beautiful story with you. It's called The Magic Scarf of Empathy. And really, it's a story that shows us something amazing. How just one simple act of kindness can literally change everything.
But before we dive in, let me ask you something. Just take a second and think about this. What's the kindest thing anyone has ever done for you? Can you remember how that felt? That warmth? Try to hold on to that feeling, because it's right at the heart of the story we're about to get into.
So, the whole story we're about to hear kind of revolves around one big idea. So, let's start there. What exactly is empathy?
Okay, so simply put, empathy is just our ability to understand and even share what someone else is feeling. You've probably heard the saying, walking a mile in someone else's shoes, right? Well, that's exactly it. And as you're about to see, it's like a quiet superpower at the very center of our story.
All right, let's begin. Our story starts, like a lot of great stories do, on a beautiful, sunny morning.
So, let's meet our main character, a really bright and cheerful girl named Meera. She lives in this bustling neighborhood in India, and she's known for always having a smile on her face. She has tons of friends at school, but her absolute best friend is Ria.
But this morning was a little different. As Meera and Ria were walking to school together, they saw someone they'd never seen before. And this, right here, is where everything starts to change. They see this new girl, her name is Lila, and she's just standing all by herself near the school gate. She looks lost and really lonely. And they notice her clothes are, as the story says, tattered. And right away, Meera gets this feeling, that feeling that something's not quite right.
So, what does tattered even mean? It's simple, really. It just means old and torn. And that one little word gives us a hint that maybe Lila's going through some tough times.
And this is where we really see Meera's empathy kick in. See, instead of ignoring Leela or, judging her for her clothes, her very first thought, which she says out loud to Ria, is she seems like she could use a friend. That right there, that is empathy in action.
So what do? Meera and Ria, they walk right over and introduce themselves. And the very first thing they do, and this is so important, they just listen. And they learn that Leela's brand new to the neighborhood, she doesn't know a single person, and she feels like a total outsider. And on top of that, her family is really struggling with money. So much so that she doesn't even have warm clothes for the winter that's coming.
So after hearing all of this, after really getting what Leela is going through, Meera does something pretty amazing. This is the moment that changes the whole story.
The story says that without a second thought, Meera just acts. She takes off her very own favorite scarf, a bright, colorful one her grandmother had given her, and she gives it to Leela. Now think about that. This wasn't just some random scarf, it was really special to her. And what she says is just as warm as the scarf. She tells Leela, "I want you to have this. It's my favorite, and it'll keep you warm." It's such a simple thing to do, but it's just filled with so much real care. Leela is so touched, she actually starts to cry. Okay, and this is where the story gets even bigger. Because Meera's one little act of kindness, it didn't just stop with Leela. Oh no. It started something like a chain reaction. So first, of course, Leela wasn't alone anymore. She had friends. But then something incredible happened. You know how kindness is kind of contagious? When you see someone do something good, it makes you want to do something good too. And that's exactly what happened here. Inspired by what they saw, other students started being kinder. They started sharing their snacks at lunch. They began helping each other out with their studies, and eventually they even organized a big donation drive for other families in need. All of that from a single kind act
created this wave of kindness that just washed over the whole school. And so, that colorful scarf for Meera, it became more than just a scarf. For the whole school, it became a symbol, a little reminder of the incredible power that one small, empathetic act of kindness can have.
And that brings us to, I think, the most important part. Because this story, it's not really just about Meera and Leela, is it? It's about all of us. So how can we take this beautiful lesson and, bring it into our own lives?
Let's make this super real for a second. Imagine one of your friends is having a really bad day. They're sad or upset. How could you show them the same kind of empathy that Meera showed Lila? Well, here are two really simple but super powerful things you can do. First, just like Meera did, truly listen. I mean, don't just wait for your turn to talk, but really pay attention to what they're saying. And second, just show them you care. It can be as simple as saying, "Hey, I'm sorry you're going through that," or "I'm here for you if you need anything." Sometimes that's all a person really needs to hear. And that really brings us to the simple, beautiful message at the heart of this whole story. One person's kindness, one act of empathy, can actually change the world around you. It can make your school, your neighborhood, even your own family a warmer, better place to be. So I'll leave you with one last question to think about today. Inspired by Meera and her, magic scarf of empathy, what's one small act of kindness that you can do for someone else today?